Hi everybody, this is Judy at Judy in the Kitchen. Today we're talking about peaches, and I've got a list of specific tips and ideas for you for when you're working with peaches. The list is long. This is part 2. I have a link to part 1 below. Hopefully this will help you out. For your info, the lighter white-fleshed peaches are sweeter and less acidic than the traditional yellow peaches. Now, the flesh of the yellow peaches is certainly sweet, but since it has more acid in it, it's got that little bit of tartness to it, like a sweet tart, whereas the white peaches are just the sweet without the tart. For anybody who's wondered or not quite sure about it, peaches come in 2 basic varieties, Freestone and Clingstone, and those terms describe it well. A Freestone peach will release that seed in the center very easily when you cut it. It's almost loose in there. It just comes right off. Now, the Clingstone peaches are what they say. The flesh holds really tight to those stones or pits or large seeds that are in the middle of the peaches. So when you go to cut them out, the best way to remove those seeds or stones will be to just cut around it. If you try to pull them off like a Freestone peach, forget it. It's not going to happen. So if you like to have the stone come out really easily when you're shopping, look for the Freestone peaches and you'll be happier that way. Botanically speaking, nectarines are actually a variety of peach, and they're so closely related that sometimes nectarines actually appear on peach trees. This may help you out when you're preparing a recipe or fixing food for a lot of people. 1 pound of fresh peaches is about 4 medium peaches, about 2.5 cups chopped or sliced, and about 1.5 cups pureed. Now, if you are using fresh peaches and you're working with a recipe and all of a sudden you don't have enough, there are some other fruits that can be used as substitutes or added in there with them. Yes, the flavors may be a little bit different, but they will work. You can substitute in nectarines, which will have very much of a peach flavor, apricots, plums, mangoes, papayas, cherries even, pluots, and apriums, and those are crosses between plums and apricots. So know that if you are working with peaches and you don't have enough, you can use some other fruits in there and your recipe ought to work just fine. Now, if you need dried peaches and you find that you don't have enough on hand, yes, you can substitute some dried fruits in there, such as dried apricots, dried nectarines, and even dried cherries can be used in place of those dried peaches. Try topping some rice pudding or other pudding of your choice with some diced fresh peaches. Sounds yummy. How about a peach parfait by layering some fresh diced peaches with some yogurt, bananas, pistachios, and granola? If you're buying conventionally grown peaches and you're concerned with the residue of chemicals on the outside of your fruit, which is a legitimate concern, there's a science-based way to remove the chemicals from the peaches. Now, this isn't going to remove absolutely 100%, but it does a great job of removing most of it. I'll never claim all, but most of it, and it works well for me. And if I don't do these things, I get some serious headaches. So I know from firsthand experience that it does work. Very simple. You just mix up a solution of 2 cups of water to 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Mix up as much of that as you need to be able to submerge your peaches in water that way. I'll take a large pot and mix up the solution and put the peaches in the pot. And then you may find that they float, and so you'll have to weigh them down a little bit. Just take a dish or something like that and put it on top of the peaches. Add a little more water on there if you need to make sure that everything is submerged. And set your timer for 15 minutes. You want it to soak for 15 minutes. Then you can drain the water off and rinse them really, really well, pat them dry, and then proceed from there as you would with your peaches. And you should be able to feel free to eat the peel, the skin and all, without having a lot of worry about chemicals on there. Now, if you want to see a video on this technique, I do have a video of my own on this, and I'll share the link in the description box for you so that you can flip on over to that. It's also on my blog site on peaches as well. I do hope this helps you out. This is Judi at Judi in the Kitchen. Bye for now.